Yo, what it do, it's your boy R.eal, and we back again with another video, man. And today we're gonna be going over some don'ts, pretty much what not to do while co-parenting. And it's one of those things where I feel like a lot of people need to, even myself, I have to remind myself of these things. And no one's perfect at the end of the day, and especially when it comes to this parenthood business, it's tough. It's not easy. It's always an ongoing thing. It's always an ongoing process, learning process. My job isn't really to, at least what I'm trying to do here, it's not to necessarily be like, oh, these are the things you need to do. I'm not like necessarily a teacher, because you can't really teach this, but it's more so to just shed some light, provide some insight. I like to think I'm a pretty knowledgeable fella, and I look at things for how they are, and I examine things, and I try to take notes on life. And when I take notes on life, when I give it to other people, I think a lot of people benefit from what I say. Not everyone, but I believe some people do, and hopefully you are some people that will appreciate this content. So without any further ado, let's go into the video, man. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the boy. You dig? So number one, don't fight in front of your kids. Okay, so I know this one is a very edgy subject, because people have disagreements all the time. That's just the reality of it, man. I mean, you always gonna have a different opinion than the person that's next to you. That's just how it is. That's the reality of it. But all I'm saying is this: there's no issue in having a debate, and there's no issue with vocalizing how you're feeling. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone is. No one's wrong for being entitled to their own opinion. But when it starts to get violent, aggressive, anger is involved, all that stuff, that's when it becomes a problem, because your child sees that, and they will start to display those type of attributes. If you are the type of person that is willing to hit on the other parent and things like that, and it's definitely not right. No one should be hitting anyone. The mom shouldn't be hitting the dad shouldn't be hitting the mom. Straight up, everyone need to keep their hands to themselves. And if you have a debate about something, okay, sit down, talk about it, figure out the middle ground. At the end of the day, somebody's gonna have to swallow their pride. That's just the reality of it. And I know most people, the average person, think they're right, and there's nothing wrong with thinking you're right, but you have to understand, when you look through your own lens, of course you're gonna think you're right, even though you could be wrong. But I think people need to really put themselves in the other person's shoes and understand where they're coming from. And once you can kind of come to that middle ground, it'll be a lot easier. But if you're just yelling, screaming at each other, it's not going to solve anything. You're just being angry and all that. It's not going to solve anything. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with being upset about something, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to come to some form of a resolution. And whether you're gonna have to swallow your pride, whether your child's mother have to swallow hers, somebody's gonna have to do it. In a situation like this, when it comes down to parenthood, depending on the mind state of the father, I think that the father should make the brunt of the decisions, because at the end of the day, in a family household, the father makes the widespread decision on the trajectory. I can never say that word. The trajectory of of where the family is headed, because he's the head of the household. Now, since we are single parents, we wouldn't technically be head of the household. If you're separate from your your kid's mother, but you are the authority figure, and you do have to take into consideration what the mothers say, but ultimately you have to know what's best and know where you want to go with this, and make sure you have a very good explanation of how you want to execute, and it has to make sense. That's all it is. That's my whole thing on that topic. Just make sure it makes sense when you explain to the other person, and they might have a valid reason too, and take that into consideration. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the mother and the father, I do believe that the father should have the decision making power in that. But of course, the father has to be a type of individual that can make those smart decisions, and the mother has to be able to trust the father. Simple as that. If there's no trust in the father's ability to be able to guide the family, then I'm sorry, that's on the mother's fault, because you had a baby by somebody that you felt like couldn't guide the family. So that's on you. Sorry, tits. Anyway, number 2, don't say you're gonna do something and then not do it. This goes back to my to a video that I made not too long ago about lying to the kids. Always be a man of your word. Always, if you're gonna do something, do it. Don't back out. If you have a plan, if you have plans about something, always stick to it. Be solid, be firm, no matter what, because if you're not solid and firm on what you're doing, then people will look at that as chinks in your armor, and you don't want to be in a situation where people can pretty much bash you on what you the decisions you made. You want to be able to stand tall and be like, hey, I'm a man of my word, I do what I do. That's it. So always keep that in mind. If you're gonna do something, do it. If you have to put it on a calendar, I have this app that me and my son's mother use. It's called E.quals. It's a co-parenting app. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but it's a great app. You can set calendars. If you add something onto the calendar, she adds something to the calendar, and notifies the other parent who's connected to that app, and then from there you can add notes and different things like that. I think you can add like payments or something like that. Like if you pay child support, it actually or if you give money or something, it actually updates in the app, which is pretty good. It shows accountability, and it keeps you up to date on everything if you forget, so you can look into the app and figure out what you need to do. But yeah, man, always stay true to your word. Never never flake. Don't do that. That's bad. The next thing is, this is a previous topic that I touched on as well. Don't have a bunch of people, and what I mean by people, fellas, I mean women around your kids. I've touched on this topic before, but I just want to read whatever. I just want to circle back around to that. That's my Virginia in me, man. Virginia. I just want to circle back around to that topic, because you don't want to be introducing a whole bunch of women to your kids, no matter what age, even if they can't talk yet. You just don't want a whole bunch of girls around your kid, man. It's just a bad look, and it's just a bad look, man. You don't want because then if the son's mother find out, or the daughter's mother find out, your kid's mother find out, whoever, then at that point they're gonna feel some type of way. They're gonna feel like they can't trust you because you're having all these people around your kids. I mean, anybody could abduct kids, you know what I'm saying? Anybody could be crazy, and do weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful who you let around your inner circle. If you're just out having fun, then you're out having fun. Don't intertwine that with your business. Don't intertwine that with your family time. Don't intertwine, unless you're serious about the person. If you're very serious about the person and, y'all been together for a minute, you know this person pretty well, and, kind of like you understand their thought process, then it's a little different. Then at that point you can, allow that a little bit better. Of course, with the with the consent of the other parent, at that point, yeah, if you're serious about someone, then that's cool. But other than that, don't be letting random like people around your kids, man. Random chicks. Even for single mothers, don't be allowing random dudes around your kid. That's just not a good look. Next thing, don't take your anger out about the child's mother on your kid, and also vice versa. A lot of these topics they go both ways, but I am a men's channel, single father channel, but a lot of these topics go both ways. But don't ever take your anger out about the other parent into your children. I've seen that happen. It happened to me a little bit back in my day. And what will happen is your parents will get in a disagreement, or you get in a disagreement, and you emulate that energy onto the kid, and you can feel, because you are half of that other person, you can feel the hatred for that other person in you. It's very interesting, very psychological, kind of, not damage per se, but more so of like a psychological connection to that anger, that hatred. So you never want to take that anger out, because the kid will know if you've taken out the anger on them. And it don't even have to be something where it's like it's blatantly obvious. It could be subliminals, man. I've dealt with it. I've been called, oh, you do this like your dad, or you do this like your mom, and all that stuff. And it's just like, bro, so what? Like, that don't matter. Like, I'm my own person. I'm a different person. Like, I mean, obviously I'm a part of that, of that person. That's half of who I am. Like, of course I'm gonna have characteristics that, what I'm saying, that's just what it is. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna have characteristics, it's all, but it's always the bad characteristics. It's never the good. Yeah, the good ones, it's like, yeah, I'll take credit for it. Yeah, oh yeah, he's smart. Yeah, you get that from me. Oh, you creative. Yep, you get that from me. Oh, you hungry. Oh, you get that from me. Oh, like, he's crazy. Oh yeah, you get that from them. And he got an attitude problem. Yeah, you get that from them. It's always the bad traits that belong to the other, the other party, which is funny. But yeah, man, never take your anger out, about your, about the other parent to your kid. It's not cool. And the last one, don't treat each other like crap. And what I mean by that is, if you have frustrations, that's fine, but don't make it harder on each other. And what I mean by that is, don't sit up there and, if you say you're gonna you're gonna be somewhere at a specific time, or you're supposed to pick the kid up at a specific time, don't be late on purpose just in spite of how y'all argument went earlier in the day and all that. And don't do that. Don't make things harder for them, because then they're gonna make things harder for you. It's gonna be an ongoing battle. it's gonna keep going and growing and going and go. It's never gonna stop. So, you know, always be respectful to one another, no matter what the situation is. You know, you have to make it easier for each other, because this journey is not easy. It's not gonna get any easier. It never was easy. Like, this is just the reality of it. Always have respect for one another, no matter what. No matter if, you know, your family don't like them, whoever, it don't matter. Always have respect for one another. And when it comes to the co-parenting, y'all need to treat each other well, but not too well to the point where they think that, you know, you're trying to get back with them, you know, if you're not trying to be with them like that. But treat them with respect. Understand, you know, have them understand that this is a journey for both of us. We have to do this together, whether we like each other or not. At the end of the day, you know, that's just what it is. You have to really understand each other, know boundaries, you know each other's boundaries, and keep it moving, keep it pushing. Every day is a new day. It's always going to be something that happens, you know, but at the end of the day, y'all are in it together, whether y'all like each other or not. So there's no point in making it harder for each other. Make it as easy as possible, make it as smooth sailing as possible. You know, it's always something that's going to be popping up, but try and make it as smooth sailing as possible, if you can do it. But yeah, man. So, you know, those are my top 5 tips of don'ts when it comes to co-parenting. You know, if you guys have any thing to add, please, you know, lay it down in the comments. You know, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the video, man. Make sure y'all dig it, man. Keep digging it, you dig? Anyway, man, I'm gonna drop some more heat on y'all, man. Stay tuned, man. It's your boy R.eal Torres. Follow me on IG at R.eal Torres. I'm out. Yeah.